TitleMatchNetwork.com.
Harly Race told us a story. I don't know if you ever heard about it. He would always, I guess, speeding. You ever travel with Harley at all?
Yeah, I had a race with him one night, me and Ricky,
Really?
down in Florida. He had I think it was a Trans Am or a Firebird. It was all souped up. It was really fast, and I was driving the Thunderbird, me and Ricky, and we was coming back from Miami going to Tampa, and Harley pulled up beside us in that Firebird. He didn't drive it every night, but he pulled beside us and we took off together.
Huh.
Then he was way out of sight down there before we seen a big pow fire blew out of the back of his
Wow.
car. Good backfire, you know. But he had this fast car that was really souped up, and he just ran off and left us. And then no Harley, he'd go.
He said that if he would ever get chopped or chased by the cops, he would try to outrun them sometimes. Or he would carry a blade, and if they'd pull him over, he'd blade himself and tell the cops he was going to a hospital.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What are your memories of wrestling Dory Funk for the NWA title?
Boy, I learned a lot in that match. That Dory Funk Jr. was, in my book, I guess, the best NWA champion that we had. In one match with him in Montgomery, he made me look like $1 million. I learned an enormous amount from that one match. What a first-class guy. Just as nice as he could be.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was a very important match of your career too, right?
Yes. Yeah.
How soon after that did you start working with Robert and Ron Fuller?
Just shortly after that match with Dory, Robert came to Montgomery and wrestled in that territory with me and my dad, and was there for right at a year, I think. We were partners and some of the time, and so that was, I guess, the beginning of it. And we'd seen each other off and on, but the main time that we really started was in Knoxville in about 74, 75.
Why do you think that Ron never attained the success you and Rob did?
He never what?
Attained the success?
You know, Ron was a successful man himself.
Right, Ron, yeah.
You know, he was like his daddy.
Right.
Very good promoter, a good wrestler. You know, he didn't have to be jealous of me and Robert. But we, you know, ever since we was kids, me and Robert always teamed up on him. Tried to beat him up, never could. He's too much bigger, and a little bit older, and a little stronger, a little tougher.
What was it like being on the road with those guys, Robert and Ron? A lot of fun, a lot of ribs?
Fun. A lot of fun. You know, we talk business a lot. What the next move was going to be. But, you know, we've always enjoyed each other's company ever since we was kids. Always enjoyed going to stay with them on their farm, and every time they'd come up to stay with us, we'd fight.
Right.
You know, a lot, but you know, kids do. We always mostly had good times, you know.
What about Bob Armstrong? Some of your memories of Bob?
Bob's been a great guy. He was a partner in Florida and Alabama, along with myself and the Fuller boys. Him and his boys have always been first class in the ring. Great to work with. We beat the hell out of each other many a time, but I always liked Bob.
Right.
And his boys. They were fine people to work with.
Original Midnight Express? Dennis and Randy Rose?
Yeah, good boys. I enjoyed being with them every time. Dennis Condrey I always thought was a first-class wrestler.
What about ribs? Any favorite ribs that you've witnessed or actually done to somebody?
Yeah. I guess one in particular that it wasn't to one of the other guys, that was one of the fans that sticks there. We had a big laugh about down in Dothan. But you know, we're always ribbing each other in the car and in the dressing room at different times. There's many stories of ribs that we had pulled on each other. I guess I've had as many pulled on me that that's funny.
Right.
You know, I wasn't such a ribber, but I always enjoyed watching a lot of the ribs and stuff that went on.
I guess, what are your favorite road stories as far as like road trips? Any that stick out in mind that were crazy or insane?
Not really. You know, it was just that all of them was exciting. It seemed like every night he's on the road somewhere and something going on. But you know, we'd end up racing and stuff on the road. And sometimes had the police pull us over down in Alabama one night. Me and Jim White. I don't know if you know him or not.
No.
That was wrestling in Alabama with us, and I'd give him my right hand signal light. I'd get him to pull over a little bit, and once he'd pull over, I won't talk to him, and then buzz on around him, you know, down there, and blow my horn at him and give him a hard time.
Harly Race. Do you still watch wrestling to this day? You don't watch it at all anymore?
Well, it depends.
Right.
You know, I don't watch it unless if I see somebody on there that I know it's interesting to me, I'll watch it some.
What are your thoughts on all of the deaths over the past few years, and which in particular hit you the hardest?
Man. Flying Brian was, you know, I thought was a nice looking, well-mannered man. Was sad. Had a wife and a couple kids.
Right.
Chris Benoit, he was so nice to me. You know, I guess there'd been anybody that treated me any nicer than Chris, and I hardly even knew Chris. I just knew of him and met him down there at WCW. Was shocking. You know, I don't know what happened, what the details was on all that. We've been losing a lot of guys, different things, drugs, OD, and car wrecks, and you name it.
You ever watch UFC at all? No. Would you ever want to write a book?
I thought about it.
What do you miss most and least about being a full-time wrestler?
Money.
Right. Huh.
You know, I miss the business. Going every night, it's all I knew.
What do you do now for work?
Well, I'm still wrestling some, you know, on the weekends. And me and a boy named Andy Varney, he wrestled Doink the Clown. We have a cleaning business together. We clean carpet and pigeon forge, anything else that we can. 2 or 3 times a year. Does pretty good for us.
Right.
Other than that, that's all I'm doing right now.
I've read somewhere that you're a cousin of Katie Holmes. Is that true? Not true? Okay. That was a weird question to throw out there. As far as in the future, where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
Well, it's a good question. I don't know. I'm going to be winding the wrestling thing up one of these days. Won't be too much longer. But I got a boy that's 6'8", about 300 pounds. He's an All-American basketball player from Maryville College. he got the size, got the look. He just needs some experience.
I guess, is there anything you want to say to your fans out there that you never had a chance to say to before?
It's been great, and none of it have been possible without the fans. They're my kind of people.
Right.
They've been fun to watch. I'm sure they've enjoyed watching me and the other guys, and it's been fun watching them, you know, because wrestling fans, boy, they get out of hand sometimes. They get carried away, and I did too. You know, when I was a kid watching my family, I was into it.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.